There are a million reasons this self-build won't work.
I'm doing it on my own, I have no building qualifications, and our budget is very small.
But we're doing it anyway. That's because it's our dream to live in an off-grid cabin in the woods, mortgage-free.
I don't have all the tools I need, I'm already running my own business, and we have 2 small children.
So here's the plan.
We'll just keep working and saving and trying until it's up.
Good plan. Our number one job at the moment is we're looking to get a track in on the driveway to the house so that we can get trucks and gear in and out easily. And that means getting a delivery of MOT stone. But the place where we want to put the MOT stone currently has a big pile of rubble in it. So we want to move the rubble up to the yard area. But unfortunately, the spot where we want to put the rubble in the yard area has wood chip in it. So that means we have to move the wood chip. So first we're moving the wood chip, then we're moving the rubble, then we're getting the MOT stone, and then we're making the driveway. Isn't life complicated sometimes?
So my dad came down and he was helping with the wood chip moving and the rubble moving.
You can just pull that into the corner and go round it, okay? Pull that over this side, and you can go round it, can't you?
One of the things I love most about here is that nature just has a way of creeping in everywhere, and that was definitely the case when Fraser and Ray were moving the wood chip pile and they found that amazing nest of baby snakes. The kids love seeing things like that, and it just adds that little bit of excitement to what's going on, and yeah, just so fascinating to see them.
It's like a slinky, yeah. Can't believe how many snakes are in there, and there's definitely more than one female, because there was, let's say, clutches of eggs. I think that might be the right terminology. There was lots of them, and I think perhaps 20, maybe 15 eggs.
After the wood chip was moved, it meant that Fraser and Ray could then lay the rubble down into a pathway. We have a lot of heavy logs and wood chip come in during winter while Fraser is taking trees down as part of his business, and it's really easy for the ground to get completely churned up. So it's great to have some hardcore down so that the truck can move in and out easily. When you're building a house as a novice, it's really hard to get a feel for the dimensions, and it was important for us that we felt comfortable with the size of the house that we're going for. So we thought it would be sensible just to make one of those A-frames to see if we were happy with the size and the scale of the house, get the positioning right just before we put the foundations down and commit ourselves.
So I'm going to try and make a bit of a mock-up of the A-frame that we're going to be building, just to get an idea of what sort of size it's going to feel like. And we're going with something that's 7 metres wide. And it also is 7 metres at the side. It's a triangle, so it's 7, 7, 7 all the way along. But this timber is so heavy. Yeah, so what I've got to find, I'm a bit out of practice, is 30 degrees on this. So I think 30 degrees is going to be using the speed square there. So from that corner, we should be looking at about there. That means all that has got to come off like that. What you need is a template, really. I think you need to cut a bit of wood down. Bits around here somewhere. Let's work it out on a template, and the other side will be right as well. But that's basically it. There, right through. Let's cut that off and see. I'll need a big square to do that. That don't look right at all. God, that looks like a really long length to cut off. Oh well. Guess that's how it's going to sit. That's 30 degrees. Moment of truth. The timber for this A-frame, for this little experiment we're doing, cost over £300 with the screws. Building houses is expensive, so I'm pleased that Reolink are sponsoring this video. Reolink kindly sent us this Atlas PT Ultra camera. We've actually got 4 cameras already, and Reolink were the ones we chose. We paid for them with our own money, so we know how to install them. Really easy, go on the app. Reolink, here's the Reolink app. So the Reolink app is absolutely brilliant because there's so many features on the app to make life easier, like schedules about when you want the cameras to run, sensitivity programs, so if you want it to keep going off, obviously there's motion. There's so many things that you can program into it. Then you name the camera, build cam, connecting. That's it, it's installed. This comes with a bracket for if you're mounting it on a wall. We don't need that, we are just going onto a tree. So all I need to do is tie that up to a tree. I have actually called the camera Build Cam. The fact that it's got a time-lapse function on it in 4K, we'll be able to use it and see the build go up. Lovely, all right. Just going to attach the Reolink solar panel to it. I know, I'm aware there isn't the sun here at the moment. It does come round, but that's what you're dealing with when you put stuff like this in the woods. Obviously, later on we could have it on a house, a building that's over there, gets a bit more sun. At the moment, this is all we've got to put it on. So the battery life of the Atlas PT Ultra is amazing. They reckon 500 days it will last. So you might only have to charge it once a year. Obviously that depends how many times you're going past it and using it, but on average it could last 500 days. So one of the features is the colour night vision in 4K. So you've got really good picture quality at night that is in day colours, in colour. It's an amazing thing to actually see. They've got this 10-second pre-recording function. Sometimes when a delivery man comes by, the camera might not be in the right location for you, or they might use a different route, you know, like cut across a neighbour's garden or something like that to deliver. And then you might just see part of it and you won't see all the story. Well, where did he come from? With the 10-second pre-recording function, you can go back and actually see what happened. For security here, it's a must. We've got lots of tools that are about. We can have building materials that we need to protect. Building materials are expensive. The crime rate is not going down. And I want to keep my family safe.
We're in the middle of nowhere and I spend quite a lot of time here on my own with the kids. It's really important to me that I can check the cameras if I hear a strange noise or if the dogs start barking and are telling me something's amiss. So it's great to be able to go onto the app and just check what's going on. And obviously, usually it's absolutely nothing, but it just gives that little bit of reassurance that I know what's going on around me and I'm not just there alone with the kids, completely isolated. It makes a big difference.
A massive thank you to Reolink for sponsoring this video. If you want to find out more details about the Atlas PT Ultra, then head over to our link in the description. What's up with that? Oh, it's right up in the air. Thing. Ugh. Try again.
I know that Fraser was worried about getting one of those A-frames up into the air because it's absolutely fundamental to our build that he can do that on his own. And so we were hoping it was going to be really straightforward and nice and easy, and it wasn't. So
this morning I'm going to try and raise this A-frame using our little cherry picker so I can get in the top and just pull it up, hopefully. This idea may change. Oh, I didn't put any on them bottom bits. Is that going to slip? Can't change my arms over. I need both hands on the rope. It's a problem. Oh, no. Last go, and then I think I have to do something else. Right. I think it's moving on that bit there as well, on the floor. Should have stapled that down. hands. It's so heavy. You know what, just having another straw barrel under that might work even. Exhibit 1. This is me pulling with the rope with the tractor. The tractor brake doesn't work. So as soon as I get it to a certain point, I've got to try to leave the tractor to hold the thing, to put some wood in there to hold the A-frame. Of course, as soon as I tried to get off there, it just wanted to roll forward because the weight of that thing was actually pushing the tractor. Secondly, there wasn't a great deal of room, and if I went too far, it would just fall and crush me. If there was enough room and I just managed to back up just a bit into the woods with the rope, it would fall on the floor and possibly break. Ideally, have some friends that's there to help both sides. That would have been great. But everyone's at work and, you know, I'm doing it on my own. So, in the end, I used the cherry picker bucket as like a bumper and had to get that in just the right position so it could lean up against there slightly rather than just fall back, because obviously my tractor brake doesn't work. So I pulled it up, used the bucket as a bumper, and then ran over there and had to hold the other side before it fell over. It's not an ideal way of going about things really, but it was so heavy. And obviously I could have had the digger there, perhaps to do the other side. But you know what? I spent so long preparing in the morning, I just couldn't be bothered. And I thought, this in the end, I thought, this will work. Let's do it. I'll just run over there. And it did work. Building the A-frame was just to see the size and scale of the thing, give us a good idea. It's given you a bit of enthusiasm for it, somewhat more, because you know exactly what it's going to be like, and it's fairly easy to build. And yes, there were struggles, but by doing this, you come up with the solutions for when you do it for real.
The day after we got that A-frame up, the MOT stone delivery arrived, and the kids were so excited. Albie absolutely loves trucks. They are one of his favourite things. So seeing that massive truck arrive and watching all of the MOT stone being poured out of it was the highlight of his day. They loved climbing up the pile once it was delivered and sliding down it. They got all dusty and filthy, but it was so fun.
Look at me! I'm really tall.
They were having such a nice time. And it's really nice to have moments of joy like that, those little moments of joy that just remind you why you're doing all of this in the first place. Projects like this can get really high pressure, and so it's great to have that reminder from the kids that life isn't completely serious. And I hope there's going to be plenty of moments like that woven through the project. It's really important that we make time for them and that we enjoy them.